Welcome to another episode of Toya Talks Wrestling. Episode I'm going to talk about some stuff that happened on Raw September 16th to 2024. I'm sorry if I sound a little bit tired. Did not get too much sleep last night, and yeah. So forgive me. Gameplay you're seeing is more Borderlands. Think 2. Or no, Tiny Tina. Anyways, doesn't matter. Let's talk about stuff that happened on Raw last night. So, one of the things that happened on Raw, we'll talk about the New Day. The New Day fought Judgment Day for the Judgment Day title. So, Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods fought Finn Balor and JD McFlurry for the titles. I'm gonna go ahead and fast forward towards the end because this is not really about the match itself. It's just about New Day. So at one point, Xavier was killing it, right? He was just on fire. He had JD McDonough dead to rights, and he was just beating the crap out of him. Here comes the rest of Judgment Day. Liv, Dominic, and Carlito comes out, right? And they're coming out obviously. And then here comes the LWO, comes right after them, and they start attacking the Judgment Day and everything else. Woods looks confused. Kofi Kingston does his little move off the top rope towards the LWO and Judgment Day to take them all out. At this point, the two legal men, Xavier Woods and JD, were fighting. JD, basically what happened was, at one point, Xavier Woods had JD pinned, but unfortunately the ref was not in the ring and he was trying to get everything calm outside of the ring. I guess he was too busy distracted by the things between the LWO and the Judgment Day. So Xavier Woods had him pinned. Everyone was counting. The audience was counting 1, 2, 3. But the ref, being the ref, was not paying attention to the legal men in the freaking ring, right? Which pissed me the fuck off because I'm just like, this is like the second time this shit happened. It happened again back in May when they had the Queen of the Ring the tournament thing, and they had Bianca Belair and what was it, Nia Jax out there, whatever. I don't remember who it was, but it happened. I remember it happened at that time. Anyways, doesn't matter. So the ref is out there, trying to deal with that, trying to get Kofi back onto the apron, I guess. And then he finally gets into. By this time, he gets into the ring, but then JD was kicked out, and then Finn Balor did a blind tag to JD. They double teamed Woods, and then Finn Balor did the coup de grace move, and then just pinned Woods. And here comes Kofi Kingston. He pins Woods, and they win. So Kofi Kingston comes back into the ring, and Xavier Woods pretty much just starts yelling at Kofi Kingston, saying every time, and everything else, like, oh, something needs to change, and everything else. He's just mad. He's pissed, right? And he leaves the ring, and Kofi Kingston just in the ring, or on the apron pretty much, and he's kind of confused and didn't know what to do. So then you go backstage, and they have it to where Cassie Kelly trying to talk to Kofi Kingston. Kofi Kingston's like, I can't talk to you right now. I need to find Woods. You hear some yelling in the background. You hear Woods yelling in the background. And, Kofi's like, whoa, what's going on? And Woods is blaming LWO, which was not with Ray, because Ray got injured. Well, got injured by Finn Balor last week. So it was like Dragon Lee and Joaquin Phoenix and the other guy. I can't remember his name. Sorry. But he's yelling at them saying, "You cost us the tag team titles. We had them won and everything else." And they're like, "Hey, they told us." And Woods, and not Woods, but Kofi Kingston was like, "Hey, I told them to come out, right? I told them to come out and help them. It was my idea." And you know, Kofi Kingston thinks LWO leaves, and he's like, Xavier Woods is like, "Why do we need help? We don't never need help before. Why do we need help now?" So Kofi's like, "We didn't need help before because we had Big E. Now it's just us." And Xavier was, you know, he took offense to that, and he was like, "Oh, it's just us, so it's me. It's me you don't trust. It's me that's the problem. So now that Big E's not here, I'm the one that's not be trusted." He goes, "So how come?" Like, let me ask you a question, Kofi. How come LWO knew about the tag team titles plan or whatever, and I did not know? Your tag team your tag team partner didn't know. Because I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's happening. But something needs to give. Something blah 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 blah. Basically, he's like, "I'm done" or something like that. I have no idea what is going on and everything else, and pretty much just walked off and walked away from Kofi Kingston. So they're actually gonna split yet, but there is a tease. I mean, we're ready to figure out that where it's gonna be the tease when they had Odyssey Jones, before Odyssey Jones got fired from the WWE, that Odyssey Jones would have been the reason why they split. You know what I mean? And then I would assume that Kofi Kingston would have stayed with Odyssey Jones, and then Xavier Woods would split up. No, I mean, I don't know how I feel about this, honestly, because it's like these two are New Day is probably one of the top best tag team on WWE, right? Besides like the Usos and like the Street Profits, they're like one of the greatest tag teams, and DIY. They're probably one of the greatest tag teams ever, and I get the fact that they need a change. I get the fact that they need a reamped. So maybe they split up. Xavier and Woods becomes heel, and then they have this little feud, and they come back together. Maybe like in 9 months after Big E is like, "Okay, y'all need to stop." You know what I mean? Big E's obviously going to be a key component in these two, right? Big E's the key to the locked door that's gonna open to the back to the uh positivity, right? Right? I think. Now, Big E ain't gonna wrestle because I don't think he can wrestle anymore. But he's obviously gonna be the person that's gonna bring these two back together, and I think it's good. I think having a rivalry between these two could be very interesting. I don't know how I'm gonna feel like why, because I'm just so used to these people, these two being friends, like all the time and everything else. So it's gonna be kind of weird to see them like be enemies at some point. But I think it's gonna be interesting. I think right now it's probably an interesting thing to their storyline and stuff like that. Like I said before, obviously Odyssey Jones was supposed to be that split, but now it's gonna be like, well, you didn't tell me what was going on. You don't ever tell me anything anymore. You don't talk to me about things anymore, kind of thing. But I think at the end of the day, in a few months, we get Big E to bring them back together. But like I said, like I want to say about the title division. I mean the title division. Wow, the tag team division. The tag team division thus so far is just like, what are we doing with the tag team division? You know, we barely have any tag teams right now. We have two sets of titles, one on SmackDown, one on Raw. A lot of people are saying that they should just unify the titles and then have a tag team champion just fight both Raw and SmackDown like they do the women's title. I mean, at this point, if they're breaking up freaking tag teams, might as well, right? You know? But I don't know. It was a very interesting segment. Anyways, let's move on. Because, wow, that was longer than I thought it was going to be. We got Bronson Reed versus Braun Strowman match, which was, man, this was interesting. So Bronson Reed was in the ring. Braun Strowman makes it in the ring. When Braun Strowman was trying to get into the ring, Bronson Reed goes and immediately attacked the bell hasn't rang yet. The bell has not rang yet. Remember this. The bell has not rang yet. And Bronson Reed goes after Braun Strowman, and then Braun Strowman kind of like sidesteps and pushes Bronson Reed into the corner. When he did that, the top rope of the ring broke. So we just have 2 ropes. That's what the announcer can say. We only got 2 ropes. We can't have a match. We only got 2 ropes now. And you know how which was pretty cool, cause you know how most of the time when you have 2 big dudes fighting in the ring, they usually just break the ring, right? I'm glad they didn't do that move. I'm glad they did something different. So Bronson Reed pretty much broke the top rope. So there's no top rope. We only got 2 ropes now. Braun Strowman choke slams Bronson Reed and throws him outside the ring and through a barricade, and then he is gonna do the Braun Strowman Express, and he's about to run around the ring just to shoulder check Bronson Reed. As he is doing this, as Braun Strowman is about to go around the corner, all of a sudden you just see someone gets thrown into Braun Strowman. Bronson Reed took a fan who's obviously a fan, probably an independent wrestler in that city, and throws him into Braun Strowman. I was like, what the fuck? Whoa, what the hell, dude? Are you serious right now? I'm like, wait a minute. At first I thought this guy just jumped dove onto Braun Strowman, right? I had to go back and watch it again, and I'm like, no, wait a minute. He actually throws this guy on Braun Strowman. It was amazing. Oh my gosh. And then Bronson Reed, he's going towards he's walking towards the timekeeper's area, and he's like, yeah, who's the man? Here comes Braun Strowman. He comes over, and he pretty much, as Bronson Reed's about to turn around, he kind of cross bodies him into the barricade, destroying the timekeeper's area, right? And then you have the referees calling for medic or whatever, not for real, but kayfabe medic. And then Bronson Reed is getting up, and he got up slowly, and he starts walking towards the exit, I guess you could say. And then Braun Strowman gets into the ring, and he's posing or whatever and everything else, and Bronson Reed's pointing at him from a distance. And then here comes Braun Strowman. He comes out of the ring, he runs up the ramp, and he shoulder checks Bronson Reed over some equipment on top of the stage area, right? So then they got on top of the stage area. Mind you, the bell has not rung. Anyways, and then Bronson Reed's going towards the back, and they're fighting towards the back, and Strowman got they're fighting towards the back of they fought though the back to the back area. There's a gorilla in the backstage, and I think Bronson Reed got away from Braun Strowman for a little bit, and they had security try to stop Braun Strowman, and didn't stop him and everything else. And then Braun Strowman throws Bronson Reed over a golf cart, then pretty much tosses the golf cart um, over, and then goes and looks for Bronson Reed again. Bronson Reed is jumping off of some equipment and tsunamis Braun Strowman onto a table. And you think, okay, that's it, right? This is over. It's done. No. No. They both get up, and then there's like a sheet wall obviously made for them to go through because it looks so planted there, but whatever, it still looks fucking cool. And Braun Strowman pretty much attacked Bronson Reed into the sheet wall, and there's like things like 2 boxes or something fell down from there and everything else, and that was the end of that segment. My goodness gracious, that was probably like the coolest thing that was on Raw that I've seen from these two, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, I would not mind to have a match with these two at Bad Blood. I don't know if it's gonna be happening. I don't know if it's gonna happen or not. I know there's probably gonna be like 6 or 7 matches at Bad Blood. Cause I hear it starts at 6. It starts a lot earlier, even though it's in Atlanta. It starts earlier. I don't know. I have to get the details, but I heard it starts a little bit earlier than normal. So I mean, add another match. Add this match to the Bad Blood. My God, it was so good. It would be so fucking awesome. This was great. I will put the links to everything that I'm talking about below. But like, man, it was fantastic. I loved it. So then we had, this is real quick. There's nothing really special about this one. We had Damian Priest fighting Dominic Mysterio, and then Dominic loses to Damian Priest, even with interference from the Judgment Day. And you know, after he won, he immediately got Damian Priest got, you know, this pound and grounded by the Judgment Day. Rhea tried to help, but she got messed up too. At a certain point, Jey Uso comes in and he tries to help, but then he got speared by Braun's Breaker, which I will explain later. This match was at the end of the night, but I wanted to do the Braun Breaker and Jey Uso thing that happened later on, because I have a little bit more to add to this one. But yeah, right now Judgment Day is standing tall. I don't know, as of right now there is no like stipulation between Rhea's match with Liv for the titles yet. So right now it just looks like a one-on-one match. I say this, if we get to where Adam Pearce says the Judgment Day can't interfere in Liv Morgan's match, or Liv Morgan, you know, has to give the title to Rhea, I say that Raquel Rodriguez is coming, and she's gonna join Judgment Day, and she's gonna help Liv at Bad Blood. If that happens. I mean, hopefully it won't happen. Hopefully they get some kind of stipulation for the match, but that ain't it. Anyway, so yeah, they stand tall and everything else, but that is that. Okay, so then they had a segment between Jey Uso. This is the last thing I'm going to talk about for today. They had a segment between Jey Uso and Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker was basically telling Jey Uso how Jey Uso has been here for 14 years and not one time has he ever had a single title run or a single title championship, and how he was only there for like a couple, like 6 months, and he already has the Intercontinental Championship and everything else, and how basically he's just so much better and he doesn't need his family to, you know, help him win matches and stuff like that. And, you know, Jey Uso did a great promo back, and when Jey Uso is serious, Jey Uso can be just amazing on the mic. And ends up trying to, anyways, it ended up you know, he said something about Jey Uso said something to Braun Breaker about that his IC title run is going to be shorter than his NFL run, and Braun Breaker got pissed off right then, and and he attacked him, and it was about to spear him, but then he got speared by Jey Uso instead. That's why earlier when I talked about Braun Breaker spearing Jey Uso, when Jey Uso was trying to help Damian and Rhea, that was pretty much payback for that. Anyways, so that happened. I want to talk about, are they ever going to give Jey Uso a title, a singles title? I know that it's probably not going to happen, right? That Jey Uso is going to beat Braun Breaker because the match is next Monday. Obviously, I mean, I don't know about obviously, but it seems as though they're not going to give that title to Jey because, alright, I'm going to rant about something right now. They're obviously not going to give that title to Jey, which I think they probably should, even if it's for a short while. People like, well, why would they have Braun Breaker lose again? And then it's like, here's the thing, right? Braun Breaker could lose off a thing. He could make a mistake and lose, right? And Jey Uso does not have to have the title for long. Jey Uso could have the title until when they go to Saudi and lose there, right? But they're like, oh well, Jey Uso has this thing to where he's gonna do Civil War with the Bloodline. Okay, great. I was thinking about this the other night. I was thinking about this last night. You tell me, give me a reason why Jey Uso and Sami Zayn, because this is what people are saying, right? This is what people are saying. This is what I'm hearing. That Jey Uso is going to lose to Braun Breaker. And Sami Zayn is going to lose to Gunther. And then Sami Zayn and Jey Uso are going to get together and they're going to win the tag team titles off of the Judgment Day. And then they're going to go into the Bloodline with Jimmy and Roman to fight off Solo Sikoa. Tell me something. Why should Sami and especially Jey Uso help Jimmy or Roman Reigns fight off Solo's Bloodline? For what reason? For what reason? Okay, especially Jey Uso, right? Jey Uso's brother Jimmy backstabbed him, betrayed him, cost him a title, right? Roman Reigns has been like an asshole to Jey Uso. And I'm glad people like, well, we have like from now to Survivor Series. I'm sorry, but like, why would he help him? For what reason? Right? I get it. Jey Uso's a sweet one. Jey Uso's the one, but Jey Uso's a sweet one. Jey Uso's the one that will try to fight and everything else, and it puts his stuff on the line or whatever. But like, he's got betrayed by his own family. So why would he help them? For what reason? And as far as I know, and I could be wrong about this, and if I am, please let me know. But other than Solo, Jacob Fatu, Tonga Loas have never even attacked Jey Uso. They've never even attacked Sami Zayn. So why would these two help these other two? For what reason? For what reason? There is no reason. As of right now, there's no reason. And then why would they even attack Jey? For what reason? Why would they attack Jey? Jey ain't the fucking problem right now because Jey's at Raw right now. So it's like there is no reason for this to even be a thing. You know what is a thing? You want to know what I think could be a thing? I don't know if I want to see this or not, and I don't know if you want to see this or not, but I can see this being a thing. Because as of right now, as you know, there is a tag team title match between Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes, right? With Bad Blood. I think, and I'm gonna go ahead and say that they lose that title, that they lose that match, and then they end up in War Games. Right? I think as of right now, it would be more likely at this point, instead of having Sammy and Jay being in the War Games with Jimmy and Roman, it would be more likely that, and I know I'm going all over the place right now, that you'll get a War Games between Rhodes, Reigns, Orton, and Owens versus Solo and the new Bloodline, because they got more problems with the new Bloodline than Jay and Sammy do. And you can always make the Civil War next year, and the next Survivor Series. You can make that next year. Here you go. This is how you plant the seed, right? You can even throw in like these four. You can even throw in Jimmy and The Rock on either side, right? Whatever, right? But have like them to where it's like, you can even have it like Jimmy on Roman's side of this War Games, and then The Rock on the other side, because The Rock does not really need to do much in the War Games. You can have the other four do a lot of shit and everything else, and this way you can set up, and then even have The Rock pin Cody Rhodes. This way, this is twice the rate that The Rock has pinned Cody Rhodes this year. We could fast forward to Rock versus Cody Rhodes, where Cody Rhodes should beat The Rock at WrestleMania. You can have Jacob Fatu versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. You can have Solo Sikoa versus Jimmy Uso to make up for this WrestleMania between Jimmy and Jay, and have them fight at WrestleMania. And then you can have the Tonga Lows fighting against Kevin Owens and Randy Orton for maybe the tag titles at WrestleMania. They obviously lose. They lose, and then that way you can have Randy Orton finally turn and go against fucking Cody Rhodes. Because it makes sense to me. I don't know if I want that, but it makes more sense to me than saying, oh, hey, I'm sorry, help me fight these guys. And it's like, great, I don't have a problem with these guys, because these guys have not done to me anything yet, right? At this time, you can get, like, Solo Sikoa, and the new Bloodline, because you can see like maybe like Jimmy goes up and he starts talking to his brother, trying to reconcile with him and stuff like that and everything else. And then maybe like when Solo is fighting Jimmy, and then Solo has his like the guys come in and try to like have Jacob Fatu come in, or whoever comes in, even if it's like a new Bloodline member comes in. And here comes Jay. Jay is going to finally help his brother, right? So then it's like, oh, you want to help your brother? You want to help the brother now and everything else. So now you want to get involved and everything else like that. Then they start attacking. So then the new Bloodline will start attacking Jay. Then that way Jay can come in and be like, okay, now I'll join in. Now I'm getting involved. Because right now, there's no reason for him to get involved. Like, I mean, I can understand him trying to protect his brother because his twin, and twins be like that sometimes, but at the same time, it's like, why should he help Roman? For what reason? There's no reason. And like I said before, the new Bloodline has never attacked. The most that has ever happened was that backlash when they had when the Tonga Loas had and Solo had the little stare down with what's his face, with Jey Uso at Backlash. That was about it. They haven't even spoken each other's name and words and anything like that. So I'm just like, I don't see this happening this year. Maybe next year. You know, maybe next year we get the Civil War. I don't see it happening this year. I mean, I get it. I get it. We have plenty of time and things like that. But like, I need like some groveling and some apologies, and I need like I'm not the Usos. I need like the new bloodline to attack Jay. You know, and have reason for it. You know, don't just attack him just to attack him, because you know, I don't know. I'm all over the place, but yeah, I didn't make this. I'm sorry. I'm all over the place. I'm tired, frustrated, you know. But yeah, that's just my opinion. That's just my thought. I don't know. Maybe I'm just overthinking. Like my boyfriend used to tell me, you overthink everything too much. Maybe I don't know. But yeah, it was a great Raw. It was a great Raw. I can say that, and I enjoyed it very much. There's some other stuff that happened and everything else. It was a good show. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and end it before I just rat myself to sleep. Well, anyways, guys, that is it. Thanks so much for taking the time to watch this, whatever the fuck this is. Anyways, I will see you guys next time. Have a great day. Bye!